Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. So, Philemon is in now. I'm going to let them come in just a second. I'm going to read off their bio. This conversation is going to be talking about the journey to groundbreaking success, what it looks like to have queer representation full of joy in the film industry and media, and we're going to talk about how we can heal through storytelling. Philemon Chambers stars in Netflix's first holiday-centered gay romantic comedy, Single All the Way. Directed by Michael Mayer, Chambers stars opposite Michael Urie as their best friend characters pretend to date to avoid family judgments around the holidays. The heartwarming film was released on December 2nd. Chambers began acting at the age of 13 years old. His credits include appearances in All Rise, Cold Case, Criminal Minds, The Forgotten, Good Luck Charlie, and No Ordinary Family. Chambers knew he wanted to be an actor at 6 years old after seeing The Lion King on Broadway at the Hollywood Pantages Theater. Inspired by the show, Chambers took it upon himself to perform anywhere, wherever, or whenever possible, and has always strived to give back to the arts. He currently serves as a mentor to help students with their acting at his former middle school in Los Angeles, and Chambers was born in Torrance, California, raised in Compton, where he resides to this day. We're going to go ahead and let Chambers in and get this conversation started. I'm so excited to have him here. What's up, Philemon?
What's up?
How you
Hi.
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm
I'm
amazing.
good.
Sorry, there was a technical difficulty really quick.
You
Good
fine.
to see you.
It's good to see you too. I ain't
Thank
seen
you,
you
thank
in
you.
how long has it been?
Years.
Oh
It's
Jesus.
been a
I'm
couple of years.
sorry. Blame
Yeah,
COVID.
it's
Yeah,
good.
my
It's
fault.
good. Blame COVID, blame the pandemic, blame all of that. All those things got in the way. But
Right.
you are doing amazing. Like what
I'm
you're doing right
trying.
now is phenomenal. So we
I'm
just want to give
trying.
you your flowers right
Oh,
now.
thank you. Go ahead, give me some flowers because I like flowers.
We got you. We got you. So I know
God.
your time is limited. We got you for a quick second so we can jump right into the interview and get this conversation going.
Look, I'm down. I'm down.
Perfect. So you
Somebody
start
said
Netflix.
stop flirting with my boo.
Who
I don't know. Hey baby, how you doing?
So you star in Netflix's new hit film Single All the Way as the character Nick, which as of today sits at number 4 in the top 10 list on the platform. This film also stands as the first LGBTQ holiday film rom-com in the history of Netflix, in which you are the first Black actor. What has your
Hmm.
journey been like to reach this level of groundbreaking success with your new film?
Um, are we going back to square one? Like
Yeah,
birth,
take us
birth
back.
conception. All right.
Take us to the start.
So my mother had me. No, I'm just joking. I went. You kind of gave like a brief. I felt like it was a eulogy. I felt like, oh Jesus, but no. I started when I was 6. Well, actually, I saw The Lion King at 6, and I knew I wanted to be an actor at 6. Started at 13, and kind of did some little appearances and some commercials. But honestly, the journey to get here was, it was tough. A
Hmm.
lot of people don't really realize that a lot of work and a lot of preparation go into your triumphs. A lot of people just see the end result without acknowledging what you come from. I was taking 3 acting classes. During the whole pandemic, was still in acting class over Zoom, just trying to do everything that I needed to do in order to further myself and further my career.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I got the audition um, from my team. They were like, "Hey, there's this role for Nick. We think you'd be great for it." Sheree. I was like, "All right, cool." It was 2 weeks after I had recovered from COVID,
Hmm.
and sent that in. And literally 2 days later, the casting director, John Clay Harris, who I love, reached out to my team and was like, "Hey, I would love to have a meeting. I would love to just have an interview with him, just to talk." And he
Hmm.
said these words that have stuck into my head. He had said, "I know everybody. I do not know you. Where did you come from?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"I've been here." But getting to this standpoint where I am now, post release, honestly, it's been amazing.
yeah.
I cannot tell you. I see everybody's DMs. I see everybody's comments. I'm loving the response, and it means a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, to see you now and see you doing your thing and knowing that you started like years ago hustling, people don't really see all of that until, you get your major break. And what you did in your big break has been so groundbreaking. Like you literally made history and you here.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did make history. We did,
That's
and
bomb.
that's thanks to everybody watching it. Yeah, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
I stay shook. I stay shook.
As absolutely, and as you should, and it's gonna keep happening. This is only the beginning. So, how much are you like your character Nick, if at all?
I mean, you know me. I'm really sweet. I feel me and Nick, we definitely are super sweet.
Hmm.
I am very helpful, just as much as he is. He does put others before himself, which I do as well. We're pretty similar. We're pretty similar. We're pretty similar. I just, if I have feelings for somebody, I'll make sure to express it. Nick is more so on the fence about it. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't want to say anything. Yeah.
yeah. He was a super cool character. Like I liked him. He was gentle. So, what is your preparation process like for character development? Like, do you have any special tools that you use, or any specific methods or techniques?
No, honestly, I just try to be there in the moment.
Hmm.
Because the beautiful thing is with Chad Hodge, who was our writer and our executive producer, he wrote such a solid script and also too kept me involved in the development of Nick. He was like, okay, so is this authentic? Is this not authentic? How do you feel about this? Do you want to add this in? Do you want to take this out? You saw the movie, right? You saw my do-rag stay in there?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. I'm just
And
saying.
people are
So
living for that.
they are because, like, think about it. It's a do rag in a mainstream thing on Netflix in their first gay holiday rom com. There's a first for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't really necessarily the preparation part was just really learning lines and just being with my cast. That was
Hmm.
honestly it because it already is such a family dynamic that I mean, you could do a whole bunch of line work if you wanted to. You can, go to backstory if you wanted to. But I find being in the moment services you way more.
Absolutely. Gotta stay present, gotta stay grounded. And I'm glad you made that choice, that do rag. People are talking about that. So,
And my chain. And my chain.
and your
This is
chain.
actually my chain. This is actually my chain.
Little nuggets, little and progression of the culture, but also society in general. Why do you think it is important that we see more representation of Black queer joy on the screen?
Why do I think it's important? Because it's
Hmm.
what we live every day. Black boy
Hmm.
joy. What you talking about? No,
Yeah.
I definitely do think that it is super important that we start to see more of this because in Single All the Way, I've said this in multiple interviews, but I now have a positive outlook and positive representation on screen.
Hmm.
Before, I could not say that. It was
Hmm.
coming from a negative standpoint. There had to be some homophobia attached to it. There is none of that in this film. And that is the beautiful
Absolutely.
part about it. Because growing up as a black queer boy, and I didn't know, I didn't accept myself, but now being into a place where I accept myself fully and being able to stand at that forefront and, say, you know what, we're going to put out this is a positive message and have people actually receive it. I just think it's so important. And then also, too, let's talk about some other things. And a son.
You
And
froze really
then,
quick.
oh, am I here?
There you go.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back. Okay, so we got Eternals. We have
Hmm.
Brian Henry who played a black gay superhero. Think about
Hmm.
that. A black gay superhero in a Marvel film who has a
Right.
husband and a child. So these stories are now being told in a positive light where there is no homophobia. There is no hiding yourself. So
Hmm.
I'm super, super excited to see what comes next.
Exactly, because you set the tone with this type of story, and it's the joy-filled black gay character just making things happen, have his side hustle, and working and doing like really things that are very fluid
Mm-hmm.
in what people would think that a queer person does. Like, he's very masculine in his performance in certain things, and then he's also very feminine and nurturing in his characteristics. And I think that you embodied that like very, very well. It
Thank
was a good
you.
balance, a very good balance.
Appreciate it.
Yes. So, Single All the Way is centered around Christmas, which is usually a time of joy and gathering. However, there are often people who experience an increase in challenges with mental health during this time due to the holiday blues, loneliness, and seeing couples and families. This film has done such a beautiful job at hinting to things like mental health, therapy, grief, and the support of friendship without getting too deep, which was dope. It was like quick little, like, your character has so many layers. Like, while I was watching the film, I was like, wow, Nick, like, he carries himself well with the things that he went through, but I won't give any of that away.
I know you can't spoil nothing.
Nothing. I'm
If
not
y'all
spoiling
ain't seen
nothing.
it yet, you gotta go watch it.
You gotta go watch it. So, do you think your work as an actor is as a method of healing through storytelling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, a lot of the times when you play these characters, you have to dive into their psyche and you have to dive into them. And
Mm.
when you discover them, you actually discover a part of yourself. And there is so much healing in that.
Mm-hmm.
I found with Nick, playing Nick, I just started to love myself even more and love on myself because
Mm-hmm.
you know, like you support yourself, you know, you check in with yourself and everything like that. Me, I did, but you know, when it came to necessarily living out loud and being who I am on a more broader standpoint, not at all.
Mm.
So playing Nick made me a lot more secure and made
Mm-hmm.
me a lot more confident in myself.
Yeah. And I could see that. I could see how you can say that coming from someone who just gave all of that to the film
Mhm.
and
I was
all of
like,
that
because
to
you
the
know,
character.
you literally know me. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just so nice to see you in that person. Like, you give life to Nick in such a way that like makes his heart, like, you can feel Nick's heart through the screen, and like you can feel how bad he wants to support his friend. And it just it was so tender and honest, and I like to see that. I like to see that coming from that vulnerability that you were able to possess and you were able to give. And even healing through storytelling, like, as an actor, you give life to this character and you're on this journey with them, and along this journey of telling their story, sometimes there's little pockets in that you lean into that like take care of you while you're taking care of other people, because that's what media and film does, is it tells the stories to, you know, project something that's supposed to help the audience. And you did a fabulous job at that. Like,
No,
amazing.
thank you. I appreciate. I'm still not good at accepting compliments, but I appreciate it. Thank you
I
so
know.
much. I'm really not good.
You
But
have
no,
to.
you know, I agree wholeheartedly. You know, I want to tell the stories that are going to affect me and that I need. You know, that's the biggest thing. You trying to tell a story that has no meaning to you, it's not going to work and it's not going to translate. So yeah, I
Yeah.
was very fortunate, very fortunate.
Yeah, and it's great that something like The Lion King, seeing The Lion King at the Pantages Theater sparked that for you. That was my first audition ever, Philemon. Like, for the Lion King at the Pantages. It's crazy how like we have that in common. I didn't know
So
that.
Lion King, you went and saw
I
the Lion King?
I auditioned for it.
Oh,
It was my
okay. You
first one
know,
ever. My first
Lion
one
King
ever.
ain't give me no audition. Hey, Lion King, how you doing? I
Okay.
mean, maybe not Broadway, baby, but you can put me in a movie.
Listen, you never know what's gonna happen, especially with the trajectory you're on. That's great. It's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, aside from relationships, romance, and the holiday spirit, empowerment and community seems to be a theme in Single All the Way. What's an empowering message you can leave with the queer community during this holiday season as we prepare for the new year?
Ooh, you giving me a deep question. Um, we are seen now. We are heard now. And the beautiful part is there are so many stories that are coming out. And going into the holiday season, I suffered from the Christmas winter blues last year. Not having that this year because it's such a joyous time because again, Netflix has released their first gay holiday rom-com. I would just say, one, breathe, because things do get better. Um, Still have that hope, still have that faith. Don't let the world jade you, because it's so many things that are going on. We're still fighting a fight, and we are always going to fight a fight. We should. We should fight a fight. So that way, the generations to come, the little kids to come, won't have to go through what we went through. And that's the beautiful part about Single All the Way, is now that, because it affected me the other day when my barber said that he watched the film with his kids. And I've had a couple people say that they watched the film with their children. And to think about that from that standpoint, you have this new generation coming up that has Single All the Way as their example of what should be. Our next directors, our next actors, our next writers, executive producers, they now have something that says it doesn't always have to be negative. And I feel that is so empowering, just to think about it that way.
Yes, it is. Like, everything doesn't have to be rooted in trauma. Everything doesn't have to be a very like morbid story. And the whole cast and crew of Single All the Way, yourself included, just did such a great job at delivering this to us for generations to come, to make sure that like we have something that we can see. And even as adults, Philemon, like you just showed us, like me as somebody that knows you, you showed me like this is possible. This is what happens when you hang in there. This is what happens when you keep going and you persevere and don't give up or take no for an answer. So from me to you, thank you. And I know the community thanks you, and I hope that you continue to wear this proudly and accept all the compliments, because they are coming. I get DMs about you and all of the work you're doing, and people are loving the do-rag, the beard, the smile, the eyes, everything. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Donnie. I appreciate you. I do.
Yes,
I see you moving. I see you moving. You know, I support, baby. I support.
I appreciate it. We have to as Black queer, Black gay men in this, and especially in LA, like this is the mecca of, for us, coming from, I grew up in Compton as well. So like we come from places where we don't really see a lot of that and a lot of us, and we're representing
you
well.
Yeah, we are now. Now we are. And I'm happy about that. I am.
Yes. And thank you for doing this conversation with SoCal Club. I know you have things to do, so I'm gonna make this last statement. But SoCal Club LA, we're associated with Men's Health Foundation, and we have a lot of queer youth services as far as HIV and STI testing, mental health services, and events and things. And we have a holiday feast coming up on the 18th. I'll post the flyer. I'll send it to you in case you want to swing by, and just encourage the community. Keep encouraging the community to go inward and seek all the things that they already possess.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for everybody on the live. Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys for joining.
The hearts. I'm seeing them. Thank you.
They haven't
so
stopped.
Much. No, they haven't.
Indeed.
I'm cool with the hearts. Come on, blast the hearts.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, Philemon.
Not a problem. Thank you so much, Donnie.
You're welcome. Have a great day, okay?
You too. You be safe.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having this moment with us. This was special. This was great. As you heard, this is groundbreaking, and I hope that somebody left inspired to go do what they have on their heart. All the artists and actors and creatives and queer people making stuff happen, that conversation was for you, so you could see how far you can go if you just stay persistent, stay with it. If you need any of those services that I mentioned earlier, please be sure to follow SoCal Club LA. Give us a visit, give us a call, hit us up, send us a DM, and we will definitely make sure that you get the services you need. Take care. Don't forget to check out Single All the Way. It's a good Christmas movie. Have a good day, y'all.